Well, it's very interesting she stays next to the Rife machine like this. It's almost as if she's sensing it's doing her some good. Notice her face got a lot cleaner on the white on the side. She's drinking a lot of water by the fountain, and it was washing her face off. And she was cleaning herself yesterday, last night. So, anyway. And she wasn't quite always right next to it like that, but I think after a while she's picking up that it's doing something. And the other thing is, if I remember right, well, if I do remember this, Royal Rife was using this machine against cancer like you would get injecting mice or rats with cancer. Grow a tumor, then remove the tumor, and then the remaining cancer you'd get with this beam ray. Not the plasma, but it was the same frequencies though. And, it was never really, he was never trying to knock down a whole tumor with this. So, not that won't do it, but maybe it's not, maybe it's going to take a while. I don't know. But she seems to like to go next to this thing. And I remember yesterday, I was running it, and it was timed, when it timed out, and I could set it for a lot longer, but I had it set for so many hours or whatever it was. She got off the bed, and she crawled under the other bed. Otherwise, when this thing was just staying here, she stayed here. I want to make sure this thing doesn't time out and reset it. Well, it was down to the last hour on the timer, so what I'm using is the Spooky2 Advanced Cancer settings that John White initially set up when I bought this machine in 2017, early 2017. It's like one of the first ones that got this thing. It's Spooky Central, and see, Spooky Central, right? It's got the generator right here, and it's got the computer right there. So I'm running the Advanced Cancer settings. So this is it's the same thing even today. I mean, they got one that's just a plasma unit, and they got one with a bulb that is more concentrated. The thing is, that's not really a good application for her because you got to hold that bulb. It's got handles and stuff, and this is a better deal with her anyway. And this one's encased in plastic. The other one's not encased in plastic, supposedly, so the frequencies are a little more true to, where they should be going. But, encased in plastic is probably better for my application. So, that's another difference of the technology I'm using here too. It's the other bulb would be the accurate bulb that Rife used, but still, this should work. It should work. You can see her fur. Nice and fluffy. That's the side that was all bald and stuff. One of these sides was. I think it was this side. It's all fluffy. See right here where your hip is hit? That was actually a bald spot over there. It's all growing in there now. Right? Her face is a lot cleaner too. She's drinking so much water. It's still a little dingy from the food and stuff. I'm hand feeding her. I got virtually a full can of science-based, I think it's called science food or something, cat food. It was 190 calories or 185, but maybe say 90% of that, so maybe I got 160 calories entered there. Then there was a can of kitten food, 95 calories. Say, then I got really virtually all that in there. Say it was 85, say it was 80. I mean, easy 230 calories in her yesterday, plus the cat paste. Plus, probably a Live on Labs vitamin C and a carbon C60 oil has some calories too. So, definitely 230 calories, easy, no matter how. So she had more than enough for subsistence. It was a little easier to hand feed her too, the kitten food last night. I think I gave her like 7 packs of Live on Labs vitamin C, liposomol yesterday. Obviously, I didn't get all that down her tummy, but maybe 3.5 packs, 3 packs at least in her tummy. And of course, it was all spread around her lip and her tongue. And you see that? She's drooling a little bit. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the paper towel. I'm going to get another sample of that. I'm going to put it in the Spooky2 DNA thing, remote. I'm going to do an analysis on her. Sample of her saliva. Forget how long that lasts, a few days or a week or whatever it is. And what I'll do is I'll put it in the Spooky remote and do an analysis when she's resting. Good time to do it is if you remember she crawls under the bed, she's sleeping or something. See if we get hits for, microbes. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't really have a lot of faith in that remote stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's not that strong, obviously, in my opinion. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's convenient. And that's why I like the Parrot Zapper, because, if you're using that contact mode with the positive offset, especially with the positive offset and a pedestal offset, like with the Uzi 3 and the My 3 units he has, even if you have the wrong frequency, if you're wearing that thing, you can wear that, because it's portable with the battery. If you're wearing that thing 20 hours a day, it's supercharging the immune system too, besides knocking out microbes in the bloodstream and wear contacts. So, to me, it's like a remote, because not quite as convenient as a remote, but you can still go anywhere with it. But it's far more powerful than a remote. It's contact, because even Spooky will tell you, the remote is the weakest method. It's easy to do. Contact is the stronger method, and a remote much stronger. But you got to be near all this stuff. Well, not that thing. You got to be near that generator and the computer. It's not portable, So, how long are you going to do that? An hour, 2 hours? Then you got to be sitting near the machine. That's why I like that zapper. I like his zappers too, because they got a lot of frequencies in there too. He pretty much covers everything, especially with the My 3. Now this plasma is in a league of itself, but you got to have the right frequency. I'm not 110% sure if this is having an effect, but then what I'm bringing this out is she tends to like to stay near this. I put the bulb near, and she'll stay right there by that bulb. And when this thing shuts off, well, it's not going to time off now for I got it set for 11 hours each. He's got the advanced cancer setting running for an hour, so I have it set for run the program 11 times. So she was in front of this. A lot of times it was running with her, not in front of it, but she was in front of this probably for about 8 hours near this bulb, within 12 inches even anyway. And what I'm doing is also I'm giving her loads of the Live On Labs vitamin C to detox and the area, especially with a tongue tumor that gets on her tongue. It feels good. I got it in the refrigerator too. It makes it a little thicker so it stays in there better. It works a little more like a gel, and she loves the taste of it because her tail wags. She's like, oh boy, give me more. And also the CBD oil to cut down the pain or swelling. And I've been putting a lot of the carbon C60 olive oil in her food directly, which makes it more mushy and can stick together a little bit better, so she can eat it better and swallow it better. She's still getting a lot of that carbon C60 olive oil. So, what I'm also going to do, and I could probably do this, I'm going to make some HHO gas and try that with her, or water, HHO water. I'm also been putting Willard water on her. You probably know what that is. It's a catalyst around her mouth. Some of the Willard water is going in her food. That helps greatly with the digestion of, it's like a catalyst for all the foods. I'm putting natural vitamin E and vitamin D, spirulina, in the foods. I should probably put a little bit of red reishi root. I got some special herbs and tincture, whatever it is, for supporting cat cancer, for cat cancer recovery. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think what I'm doing should work if I'm not leaving something out. I haven't used the Parasapper on her. I'm probably going to use it here pretty soon. I'll probably use it right away. Her fur grew back in so good that I don't have a... This was so bald back here when I was using that as the ground point. You know, in other words, I'm not going to be making great electrical contact on her with all her fur that grew back in, so I'm probably not going to use that right now. That's the one disadvantage you got with critters, you know, little people pets, or whatever the heck. When you got fur, it's like, you know, I got skin, right? So if I put it on my hand, you know, it makes contact with, but the fur doesn't really doesn't work as well. It would work good when the fur was missing. You know, I put one under the chin, one on the other side. Worked pretty good. So, we shall see. What else? I put iodine. I put some kelp in the food and iodine. What else? Pretty much the whole kitchen sink. One advantage, though, at least I know the tumor's on the tongue. I mean, I don't know if she's got cancer anywhere else. But obviously, this, I think, was cancer creeping up on her skin back there. Both sides were like bald, like a big area from here to there. A big patch like that. On both sides. That fur came back in great. That's because I was able to put topical vitamin E, vitamin D, liposomal vitamin C, CBD oil, olive oil with carbon C60, coconut oil, and all that stuff on there. Clobbered it. That's why I would start thinking, hey, I got to get a lot more aggressive with the Live On Labs vitamin C, especially gets on her tongue. Vitamin C real vitamin C you take orally doesn't work that great on cancer because you can't get high enough in the bloodstream levels for it to really have effect. IV intravenous vitamin C does work pretty well on a lot of cancers. But this is liposomal vitamin C, Live On Labs, and it's a special type that's more powerful than IV. Plus, that gel is getting right on her tongue, right where that tumor is. I'm hoping it's having an effect. But I think that's going to be a lot tougher to knock down. But I think it is working. But she does sense this bulb. So I swear to God, she seems to know about this. And now she's definitely in the near field, 6 inches away. Like I said, Rife was not trying to knock down an entire tumor with it. They would take the tumor out, and then they would get the remaining cancer with the beam ray. But I think this thing is having an effect. With the combination of everything, who knows? I'm not going to say I feel really good about Miss Princess here until she's eating on her own. Or if I put food in my hand, she just chomps it down like nothing, which means she can eat on her own. But she seems to be eating a little bit better. So, but hey, she does hang around this bulb, which they seem to know. They seem to understand this. She used to like to hang around, and Putin used to like to hang around the Lukovsky coil when I had it in this room, and even when it's off. Not when it's on; it's too noisy. Because I got one that's not really like a real one, the Lukovsky multi-wave oscillator. So. Probably something I could do with an array of copper coils or something too. But I usually, where she lays, I have the magnets with the healing side, the bio north facing up too. I have that for all the kittens on the shelves and stuff in the window. Kitties. Put the colloidal silver water in here. A few drops of iodine. I am going to make the HHO. I'm going to start doing that. I got another kit coming. And I got an extra bubbler with it to get out the impurities. So 2 bubblers, goes through 2 bubblers. We're going to use the HHO, bubble the HHO in the water, which lasts a lot longer than the ozone water. You bubble HHO, hydrogen, oxygen, mainly 66% hydrogen, 33% oxygen, or 67% hydrogen, 33% oxygen in the water. It's got a half-life of almost 12 hours, unlike O3, ozone. So I could bubble up a big batch of that, fill up all the water dishes with it. And in her case, I'd have to take a wet washcloth and put it on her or something. But that stuff, the hydrogen will absorb directly in the bloodstream. What I'd like to do is probably get a setup where I could put the hydrogen right up under her chin. It's hydrogen, oxygen actually, and it absorbs through the skin. It should get into the tumor itself, you know, knock it the hell out. So that's partly why the carbon C60 works. It scavenges toxins, but it also delivers hydrogen molecules. They've noted that. So she does look a lot cleaner. Even her side of her face, it's a little dirty, but not like anywhere like it was. But she almost looks normal now, except she's not. I guess still got a hand feeder. She loves that freaking machine, man. See that? She'll stay right there. Right, meow meow. Good girl, good girl. You're smart. You know what's going on, huh? You know what's going on. And I'm hoping now that, you know, maybe the Rife machine is actually knocked down most of the cancer, so she's not going to have as much of a toxic reaction. But I want to make sure that no new cancer is growing because of, say, dead cancer cells that are causing inflammation. So I'm going to really run this thing a lot and give her loads of Live On Labs vitamin C, and also still keep up with the CBD oil, quite a bit of that, and lots of the carbon C60 fullerenes and all that other special stuff I was talking about. We're going to be getting that cat herbal support for cancer stuff pretty soon. That'll be going in her food and stuff. So I hope this Rife machine really is working. But now we got the saliva sample. I'm going to do, when she's resting, I'm going to do a scan, a feedback scan, and see what kind of, I'm going to do it a few times. I don't have the latest generator. That's like $400 or $500. I got one that should work over a period of time. I think it takes several hours or a couple hours or whatever. But I'm going to do it a few times with that saliva sample and see what frequencies hits it gets on what frequencies. Then we'll run the remote on that. See what the hell happens. Right, Snoopy? Get you all better, hopefully. Well, she's literally been in that one spot for hours. Several hours. So, you know, she used to stay near that thing pretty good, and she seems to be gravitating to it more, which tells me she's sensing it's doing her some good. To me, that's better proof than all the technology and mumbo jumbo and engineering put together. These animals, like, in other words, you know, like dogs and cats can sense earthquakes better than the best earthquake detector in existence, right? That's a fact, right? You know, she's probably detecting something that's going on. She's got her head right next to that. That's where her problem is, the tongue tumor. She's got her head right next to it. And actually, she turns her head to the left a little bit because the tumor is more on the right side. It's on the right side of her tongue. She'll turn her head like that. See that? See how she's got her head turned towards me a little bit? So it's on. She's had her head like that for hours. That thing runs the two original. I didn't mess with the settings. You don't want to mess with the settings. These are very safe frequencies to run. The unit itself is much less power than a cell phone. Your cell phone is dangerous, actually. It's no problem with human physiology or kitty cat physiology or cells. The frequencies are the two original Rife frequencies, hitting them directly. I'm using the pre-programmed presets by John White on a Spooky2. It does a slight sweep above and below the frequencies slowly, so to make sure if that frequency isn't exactly correct, or you know, it should hit the frequency it needs. And the gating is where you see the pulse. It pulses 4 times a second, so it's pulsing the 1,604,000 hertz and the 1,530,000 hertz 4 times a second, which makes it shocks the virus, or the cancer virus. So, and you can see her side of her face guy. You know what? Who the hell knows? Maybe that brown was not just food. I don't know. Maybe something's going on with the healing process there. Maybe there's Maybe the issue that was around her face was the same issue. It was all brown back here. You notice this isn't even brown anymore. It's white. See how fast this thing she's cleaning up? I just hope her tongue gets cleaned up really good. Like I said, 7 packs of Flip and Somol vitamin C yesterday. Besides the CBD oil, a bunch of carbon C60, the vitamin E, the vitamin D, the natural stuff. That recovery cat food they sell in the vets does not contain natural vitamins. It contains synthetic vitamins. And if you look at these studies, you'll see like Harvard made a study that vitamin E doesn't do anything against cancer. It's because the synthetic version doesn't work. The synthetic versions, that's why you see all these conflicting studies on vitamins. They're comparing synthetic vitamins to the natural ones. They'll say, well, they're the same thing because chemically, obviously they're missing something. Maybe they made the synthetic vitamins chemically this part exactly the same as what they understand or what they have observed, but there's something else in there. It's not complete, in other words. They got one part of it right, but maybe they don't have the whole thing, the whole formula for the exact whole vitamin A. The only exception I'd say with synthetic vitamins is vitamin C. Yes, it's better to take the whole vitamin C, but the cost is prohibitive. Plain old ascorbic acid will do a lot of good too. A lot of good. And if you don't have any vitamins, synthetic vitamins are better than no vitamins. But I made sure I put the real vitamins in the kitty cat food. And that got on her tongue. But I don't know. It's like she's still got a problem. She's still got a problem. It's not, it's just that the only place I'm feeling hopeful is that it is easier to hand feed her than it was a week ago or so, for sure. And even within the last couple of days, it seems a little easier. And her fur coming back like that, because that was skin cancer she had. It looks like it's totally gone. It was like there was lesions and red, and it was creeping up. It was like from here, this whole section on both sides, and you could see it was like a line that was going this way. It was eating her up. We got rid of that with all the oils and the CBD oil and the Live on Labs vitamin C and the vitamins and put everything on there. Got rid of it all. Then we cleaned her up with diatomaceous earth and stuff, and those oils were on there. And lo and behold, like miracle grow on your fur again, boo boo. So, anyway, I wish I knew the outcome. This is not a TV show. This is not one of those pre-programmed reality TV shows. I do not know what the outcome is going to be. But I'm jumping over every freaking hurdle I can think of. She's going to get the HHO water too. Or maybe HHO applied directly under the chin to absorb into the skin. The hydrogen. It's been known to freaking really reduce pain drastically almost immediately. Should be getting that. And they'll be doing like a whole bunch of packs of liposomal vitamin C every day. She loves that stuff. She wags her tail when she gets it. I put it in the refrigerator because it's nice and cold. She loves the coolness. And I'm going to leave her here as long as she just stays here. And I swear to God, she is sensing something with this spooky plasma. To me, this is like she's been here freaking, okay. She's been here since like, I don't know, she was here all night, but she's had her head like this for 4 hours on this thing, easy. Like that. 4 hours. Okay? It was going since, well before, like since at least 11:30. Or maybe prior to that. I didn't really notice her before that. So she's had her head here for like 4 hours. If this thing, obviously this has got to be feeling good to her. Right? To me, this is the best proof that this thing's having some kind of effect. She wouldn't be cuddled up to this thing like this. Wait, Miss Meow Meow? You know what's going on. You notice the bottom of her chin too? Well, the camera makes it look a little darker, but in real life it looks a lot lighter. You still got drooling going on, but I'm glad you're doing that in some ways because I got a nice saliva sample. So we'll put you in a remote. Man, okay, Mr. Kitty. Love you, baby. Meow meow. Well, yesterday when this thing shut off, it wasn't much after that. She got off the bed and she went under the other bed. She was staying up here as long as this thing was running. I think you know what's going on, Poops. It's been over 4 hours. Would a cat stay in one spot next to this thing for over 4 hours if it didn't feel good? You know? Like I said, they're better earthquake detectors than the best equipment out there. They seem to understand the vibrations and whatever's going on. So, right, meow meow. I hope you're really, really getting better. I don't want to get my hopes up and get some pipe dream here, but like I said, I'm doing everything. And we're gonna have the kitty or special cancer tinctures and herbal formulas coming for cancer support, which is from a vet that is herbal or holistic vet. That's coming. That's going in our food too. I'm gonna also put some of the Dr. Willard's water in it to give it extra. This is a catalyst for delivery for all nutrients. I got that stuff too. I got the Dr. Willard's Water Dark, which has the trace minerals in it. I've been doing that on her fur too. I don't know. I might probably have left out some stuff I'm doing, but she's getting the whole 9 yards. It ain't just one treatment. Not just one. She's getting the whole 9 yards plus 9 yards plus 9 yards plus 9 yards. You're getting everything, baby. Yeah. I wish you had the Skilling Genius photon thing. It's like a big giant, $25,000, man. It's like, that might do it too. I want to. That's a few bucks more than I want to spend. That's for sure. $25,000. But then again, what else if it works, man? But if I had one, I'd be running out on her too. But that I heard really knocks out stuff. But anything. But I think this Spooky would do the job. I'm just going to leave the Rife. I'm just going to leave the cancer settings on here. And then, maybe we'll go to some healing stuff after she gets better and run the Spooky. But I think I'm going to keep up with the cancer settings. Even if she gets to eat and everything's fine, it appears fine, I'm going to run these cancer settings every other day on her to make sure the stuff isn't coming back. And she's going to get the HHO hydrogen water too. Direct. That is a part of why they don't really know why the carbon C60 works so well. I know it helps remove toxins, which helps remove inflammation, which allows the body to heal. But they also say it transports hydrogen deep in the cells, the carbon C60. But if you got the HHO, the Brown's gas, whatever, you can really deliver the hydrogen really quick. I'm going to be taking that stuff myself too. Supposedly, with the right nutrition and the delivery of hydrogen into the body along with oxygen, you can literally reverse age at least 20 years. Easy. In your case, you don't want to go back to 20 years because you wouldn't be born yet. But say in your case, maybe 5 years. Something like that. That's still pretty good. Right, Poops? We'll get you back there get you back to normal again. Right? Cutie pie? The white cat with the black hat. Alright, girlie. You're doing good. This is Rebel Health. She's on a Rebel mink blanket here. I'm going to have to take this thing outside and wash it here because she's freaking got little spots on there. I was like, yeah, anyway. But we'll have to wait. I'll have to do spot cleaning for now. I'll have to wait because she's going to be staying here for a little while. She's my patient. Meow. I'm not taking her back to the vet, I don't think, till if I take her back, it's going to be like, if I ever take her back to the vet again, I'm going to say she's going to be eating, her fur is going to be 100% perfect, she's going to look perfectly healthy, and I'll say, okay, take a look at her. I'm going to tell the vet I should be charging you. But anyway, I don't know if this is going to work though, but we'll see. It seems to be having some kind of good effect. There's no bullshit about that. You know, eating, hand feeding, but hand feeding is going better, and the fur came back in like ridiculously quick, where it was like cancerous and stuff. She's still got a problem in her tongue. See, she's chewing like that. But then, I don't know. Could be getting better. It could be.